Technology integration is the use of technology tools in general content areas in education in order to allow students to apply computer and technology skills to learning and problem solving. Generally speaking, the curriculum drives the use of technology and not vice versa. Technology integration is defined as the use of technology to enhance and support the educational environment. Technology integration in the classroom can also support classroom instruction by creating opportunities for students to complete assignments on the computer rather than the normal pencil and paper. Technology integration in class would help students to explore more. The International Society for Technology in Education has established technology standards for students, teachers and administrators in K-12 classrooms. The ISTE, a leader in helping teachers become more effective users of technology, offers this definition of technology integration. Curriculum integration with the use of technology involves the infusion of technology as a tool to enhance the learning in a content area or multidisciplinary setting. Effective integration of technology is achieved when students are able to select technology tools to help them obtain information in a timely manner, analyze and synthesize the information, and present it professionally. The technology should become an integral part of how the classroom functions, as accessible as all other classroom tools. The focus in each lesson or unit is the curriculum outcome, not the technology. Integrating technology with standard curriculum can not only give students a sense of power, but also allows for more advanced learning among broad topics. However, these technologies require infrastructure, continual maintenance and repair, one determining element, among many, in how these technologies can be used for curricular purposes and whether or not they will be successful. Examples of the infrastructure required to operate and support technology integration in schools include at the basic level electricity, internet service providers, routers, modems, and personnel to maintain the network, beyond the initial cost of the hardware and software. Technology integration alongside standard education curriculum can provide tools for advanced learning among a broad range of topics. Integration of information and communication technology is often closely monitored and evaluated due to the current climate of accountability, outcome-based education, and standardization in assessment. Technology integration can in some instances be problematic. A high ratio of students to technological device has been shown to impede or slow learning and task completion. In some instances, dyadic peer interaction centered around integrated technology has proven to develop a more cooperative sense of social relations. Success or failure of technology integration is largely dependent on factors beyond the technology. The availability of appropriate software for the technology being integrated is also problematic in terms of software accessibility to students and educators. Another issue identified with technology integration is the lack of long-range planning for these tools within the educative districts they are being used. Technology contributes to global development and diversity in classrooms and helps develop upon the fundamental building blocks needed for students to achieve more complex ideas. In order for technology to make an impact within the educational system, teachers and students must access to technology in a contextual manner that is culturally relevant, responsive and meaningful to their educational practice and that promotes quality teaching and active student learning. Following the joyous moment when educators realize their students are capable, independent technology users who can create inspiring digital masterpieces. In the former mindset of teaching with technology, the teacher was the focal point of the classroom, creating interactive and multimedia presentations to add shock and awe to his or her lessons and capture the attention of the 21st century child. A new mindset of teaching through technology must emerge, which depends on a vital shift in teacher-student roles. This helps both student and teacher simultaneously. The 4 Cs are at the heart of the International Society for Technology in Education's National Educational Technology Standards for Students. providing a substantial framework for defining the focus of technology objectives for K-12 students. For example, in implementing these standards, we have found that even our youngest 21st century learners are capable of independently creating digital storybooks, artwork, presentations, and movies. History. The term educational technology was used during the post-World War II era in the United States for the integration of implements such as film, strips, slide projectors, language laboratories, audio tapes, and television. Presently, the computers, tablets, and mobile devices integrated into classroom settings for educational purposes are most often referred to as current educational technologies. It is important to note that educational technologies continually change, and once referred to slate chalkboards used by students in early schoolhouses in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The phrase, educational technology, a composite meaning of technology plus education, is used to refer to the most advanced technologies that are available for both teaching and learning in a particular era. In 1994, federal legislation for both the Educate America Act and the Improving America's Schools Act authorized funds for state and federal educational technology planning. One of the principal goals listed in the Educate America Act is to promote the research, consensus building, and systemic changes needed to ensure equitable educational opportunities and high levels of educational achievement for all students. In 1996, the Telecommunications Act provided a systematic change necessary to ensure equitable educational opportunities of bringing new technology into the education sector. The Telecom Act requires affordable access and service to advanced telecom services for public schools and libraries. Many of the computers, tablets, and mobile devices currently used in classrooms operate through Internet connectivity, particularly those that are application-based such as tablets. Schools in high-cost areas and disadvantaged schools were to receive higher discounts in telecom services such as Internet, cable, satellite television, and the management component. A chart of technology penetration in U.S. public schools report states 98% of schools reported having computers in the 1995-1996 school year, with 64% internet access, and 38% working via networked systems. The ratio of students to computers in the United States in 1984 stood at 15 students per one computer. It now stands at an average all-time low of 10 students to computer. From the 1980s on into the 2000s, the most substantial issue to examine in educational technology was school access to technologies according to the 1997 Policy Information Report for Computers and Classrooms. The status of technology in U.S. schools. These technologies included computers, multimedia computers, the Internet, networks, cable TV, and satellite technology amongst other technology-based resources. More recently, ubiquitous computing devices, such as computers and tablets, are being used as networked collaborative technologies in the classroom. Computers, tablets and mobile devices may be used in educational settings within groups, between people and for collaborative tasks. These devices provide teachers and students access to the World Wide Web in addition to a variety of software applications. Technology, education standards. National educational technology standards served as a roadmap since 1998 for improved teaching and learning by educators. As stated above, these standards are used by teachers, students, and administrators to measure competency and set higher goals to be skillful. The Partnership for 21st Century Skills is a national organization that advocates for 21st century readiness for every student. Their most recent technology plan was released in 2010, Transforming American Education, Learning Powered by Technology. This plan outlines a vision to leverage the learning sciences and modern technology to create engaging, relevant, and personalized learning experiences for all learners that mirror students' daily lives and the reality of their futures. In contrast to traditional classroom instruction, this requires that students be put at the center and encouraged to take control of their own learning by providing flexibility on several dimensions. Although tools have changed dramatically since the beginnings of educational technology, this vision of using technology for empowered, self-directed learning has remained consistent. Pedagogy. The integration of electronic devices into classrooms has been cited as a possible solution to bridge access for students, to close achievement gaps that are subject to the digital divide, based on social class, economic inequality, or gender, wherein a potential user does not have enough cultural capital required to have access to information and communication technologies. Several motivations or arguments have been cited for integrating high-tech hardware and software into school, such as making schools more efficient and productive than they currently are. If this goal is achieved, teaching and learning will be transformed into an engaging and active process connected to real life, and is to prepare the current generation of young people for the future workplace. The computer has access to graphics and other functions students can use to express their creativity. Technology integration does not always have to do with the computer. It can be the use of the overhead projector, student response clickers, etc. Enhancing how the student learns is very important in technology integration. Technology will always help students to learn and explore more paradigms. Most research in technology integration has been criticized for being a theoretical and ad hoc, driven more by the affordances of the technology rather than the demands of pedagogy and subject matter. Armstrong argued that multimedia transmission tends to limit the learning into simple content, because it is difficult to deliver complicated content through multimedia. One approach that attempts to address this concern is a framework aimed at describing the nature of teacher knowledge for successful technology integration. The Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge, or TPACK framework, has recently received some positive attention. Another model that has been used to analyze tech integration is the SAMR framework, developed by Dr. Ruben Puentejura. This model attempts to measure the level of tech integration with the levels that go from enhancement to transformation, substitution, augmentation, modification, redefinition. Constructivism in technology integration. Constructivism is a crucial component of technology integration. It is a learning theory that describes the process of students constructing their own knowledge through collaboration and inquiry-based learning. According to this theory, students learn more deeply and retain information longer when they have a say in what and how they will learn. Inquiry-based learning, thus, is researching a question that is personally relevant and purposeful because of its direct correlation to the one investigating the knowledge. As stated by Jean Piaget, constructivist learning is based on 4 stages of cognitive development. In these stages, children must take an active role in their own learning and produce meaningful works in order to develop a clear understanding. These works are a reflection of the knowledge that has been achieved through active self-guided learning. Students are active leaders in their learning, and the learning is student-led rather than teacher-directed. Many teachers use a constructivist approach in their classrooms, assuming one or more of the following roles: facilitator, collaborator, curriculum developer, team member, community builder, educational leader, or information producer. Tools. Various tools have or are being used in technology integration. Some examples of such tools are interactive whiteboards. Interactive whiteboards are used in many schools as replacements for standard whiteboards and provide a way to allow students to interact with material on the computer. In addition, some interactive whiteboard software allow teachers to record their instruction and post the material for review by students at a later time. 3D virtual environments are also used with interactive whiteboards as a way for students to interact with 3D virtual learning objects employing kinetics and haptic touch the classroom. An example of the use of this technique is the open-source project Attribution. Research has been carried out to track the worldwide interactive whiteboard market by Decision Tree Consulting, a worldwide research company. According to the results, interactive whiteboards continue to be the biggest technology revolution in classrooms. Across the world there are over 1.2 million boards installed. Over 5 million classrooms are forecast to have interactive whiteboards installed by 2011. Americas are the biggest region, closely followed by EMEA and Mexico's Encyclomedia project to equip 145,000 classrooms is worth $1.8 billion and is the largest education technology project in the world. Interactive whiteboards can accommodate different learning styles, such as visual, tactile, and audio. Interactive whiteboards are another way that technology is expanding in schools, by assisting the teacher to helping students more kinesthetically as well as finding different ways to process their information throughout the entire classroom. Student response systems. Student response systems consist of handheld remote control units, or response pads, which are operated by individual students. An infrared or radio frequency receiver attached to the teacher's computer collects the data submitted by students. The CPS, once set, allows the teacher to pose a question to students in several formats. Students then use the response pad to send their answer to the infrared sensor. Data collected from these systems is available to the teacher in real time and can be presented to the students in a graph form on an LCD projector. The teacher can also access a variety of reports to collect and analyze student data. These systems have been used in higher education science courses since the 1970s and have become popular in K-12 classrooms beginning in the early 21st century. Audience response systems can help teachers analyze and act upon student feedback more efficiently. For example, with polleverywhere.com, students text in answers via mobile devices to warm up or quiz questions. The class can quickly view collective responses to the multiple-choice questions electronically, allowing the teacher to differentiate instruction and learn where students need help most. Research supports that technology has the potential to improve quantitative assessment performance in core subjects, as well as overall GPA. However, there is also mounting evidence that technology not only has a quantitative advantage over traditional methods, but also leads to qualitative improvements, resulting in higher quality student work. The Harvest Park Middle School found that students who use computers when learning to write are not only more engaged and motivated in their writing, but also produce work that is of greater length and higher quality, especially at the secondary level. Combining ARS with peer learning via collaborative discussions has also been proven to be particularly effective. When students answer an in-class conceptual question individually, then discuss it with their neighbors, and then vote again on the same or a conceptually similar question, the percentage of correct student responses usually increases, even in groups where no student had given the correct answer previously. Among other tools that have been noted as being effective as a way of technology integration are podcasts, digital cameras, smartphones, tablets, digital media, and blogs.